Hey guys, welcome to the Q&A video. Let's get straight to it.
What inspired you to become a biotuber?
My main inspiration to become a biotuber was Jar Local. Back in the day, I loved how stupid Jar was as a character, and wanted to eventually make my own series. Some of my oldest uploads were from an old YouTube channel where I made similar random funny then cut to static sort of videos. If you want to see them in their old and terrible glory, I have them re-uploaded on this channel. Pyro and Friends was another big inspiration for me. I liked all the references to Team Fortress 2 and other Valve games, along with the shitty special effects and audio.
Hey Sovek, I got some questions. How did you come up with your self-mock design, and what are your inspirations? Will there be other episodes of Sovek in baying form? Have you ever tried designing a bionicle power armor?
My design came from a culmination of Invader Zim, some realistic stuff, and having way too many lime green hand pieces lying around. The original design was basically just Gur if he was a bionicle. If you look at them side by side, the colors are in the same places on both characters. The goal was to only use 2 colors throughout the whole build. Even now, I only have 3 colors in total. Over time, I kept on adding more to the same general idea. This foot piece reminded me of an army plate carrier, so that helped reduce a lot of the hand pieces I needed for the chest. Eventually, I had enough pieces to abandon all the hands together. Gresh's helmet was the perfect fit over the Roxy head that I used to use as a hat. The arm blades are my main weapons and an important part of my silhouette. I feel like they add a lot of character and help make the design look a lot more like an assassin than something dangerous. I've just kept with the same principles and color scheme, and it's just stayed that way ever since. My main inspirations are definitely cyberpunk and more sci-fi media. Of course, a lot of it definitely comes from a lot of mechs and robots and whatnot. At the moment, I'm focusing more on world building so that there's more direction and an actual setting, so it's not just Sovek and being for do thing. I want to actually tell a more narrative story, so don't worry. Once all the groundwork is done, I might focus almost solely on Sovek and Being Form episodes rather than random short videos like I usually do. That's not to say I won't make short videos anymore. I'll still definitely be making just random short videos on the side. I have tried a few times to make bionicle power armor, but I can never quite figure out how to make the limbs slide into the arms of the armor without getting in the way of articulation. For example, the Exotoa set is a power armor, but I was never a fan of how the limbs are just hanging out of the suit even when the suit is worn. I don't know, to me it just seems like the mech's like a baby carrier for the Toa, and I just think it looks kind of silly. The times I tried to create power armor, I just couldn't pull it off with having the limbs actually go into the arms of the suit, and I haven't really tried since.
Can you comprehend the concept of the eternal cheese?
No.
Hey, what's up Sovek, here's a few questions I have. What's your favorite biotube series? If you could change one thing about your channel, what would it be? Any advice for me to improve my channel content, etc.?
I don't really watch as many biotubers as I used to. I mainly stay in my own lane and focus on my own projects, but even then, I do love looking back at Maniac 1613 and how amazing the fighting scenes were for the time. Easily, my all-time favorite is Jaller 3. I remember waiting so long for it to come out, and it's just actual cinema. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it right now. Mootroid X Productions, Borak 321, and J Newbrick Builds all produce great content. If any of you on screen want to do a collab, please, I beg you, contact me, especially Jar Local, Maniac 1613, and Leno Dude 15. I wish I could have done more main story videos earlier. Right now, I'm playing catch up with how many short random videos I've made over the years and really haven't had a sense of direction until now. But now I actually feel like I'm ready to show the main story that I've been trying to do in little pieces this whole time. But to be fair, the shorter videos have given me more time and practice, so now I feel like I'm actually ready to make more main content stuff. Other than that, I can't really think of anything else I'd want to change about the channel specifically. I would say first identify your target audience and make a bunch of different videos in different styles and see what sticks. But more importantly, make content that you enjoy making. Sometimes it will be hard to work on a video because it may be too hard, or you bit off more than you can chew, or you feel like it's going to take more time than it's going to be worth. Keep on experimenting, and eventually you will find your footing, you will find your audience, and you will be successful. Or not, I don't know, I'm not a psychic.
Some questions. What do you think about the G1 web serials, and what do you specifically think about the concept of good Makota exist, but only in alternative universe XYZ? Is Being Form now gone from your channel? Do you think that if Bionicle would come back now, LEGO would do it justice, or perhaps that Bionicle shouldn't come back, because they would perhaps fumble it again?
I like the G1 web serials, and sometimes I do look back at them. As for the other question, I do like to believe that good Makuta can exist, but it's super unlikely. If we look at some of the main story lore, according to Biosector 01, the Makuta as an entire race decided to betray their creator. but that was mainly because of the actions of Makuta Miserex, caused by the Matoran Civil War. In some of the alternate universes, like the Spherus Magna alternate universe, they never defected and lived peacefully with the Agori and even pacified the Skrull clan. And in the melding alternate universe, they even wore white armor and spent a lot of time cleansing all darkness, doubt, and fear from themselves, going so far as to even gain powers to control light instead of darkness. So it seems like if Makuta Miserex never became leader of the Brotherhood of Makuta and became worried about another uprising, then maybe the Makuta would have stayed good in the end. But ultimately, there is a good chance that no matter who was appointed leader, that the same outcome would have still happened. So I guess to summarize, if 100 Makuta were created, I believe that at least one of them could have been good if they were appointed leader and never listened to Makuta Miserex. Bionicle is definitely in the hands of the fans now, and LEGO's not gonna bring it back. Not because they don't like their old themes anymore, but because most kids are not playing with just action figures anymore. It seems like they have fully shifted their focus to brick-built sets rather than buildable figures with bigger, more specific connections. Back in the day, they had way bigger pieces like the big domes for operators or like the big wing pieces for like airplanes, but you just don't really see those as often very much. It's also very strange that the fan-made Bionicle game that LEGO knew they were working on for years suddenly got cancelled out of the blue with no warning. LEGO seems to want to keep a tight grip on even old IPs so they can keep everything under their control and there's no confusion to the public. Ultimately, it does suck that they're probably not gonna bring it back, but I feel the community is still doing a really good job of keeping it alive in their own ways. No! Beingform has been busy with a secret task I've given him. Hey Beingform, come say hi. See? He's right here. He's not gone.
I've been tying up a few loose ends.
Thanks for taking care of all that for me.
They're never fun, but...
Well, that's great. Do you want to answer some questions while you're out here?
Sure, why not? I've been gone for a while because I've been busy, not only tying loose ends up for Sovek, but also doing some scientific research of my own. I also met a cute triangle, and we got together and made a rhombus.
He is a pretty cute little rhombus.
How long did it take you to build the final draft for yourself, Mock, and have you ever thought on building a Titan version of him?
The final draft took about 6 to 8 years of on and off work. After around the Mark III, I have stuck with this design. I do go into more detail about this in this video if you want a better explanation. I have thought about building a Titan version of myself, but I never imagined being bigger because I'm supposed to be sort of stealthier and more nimble. And I'm supposed to like crawl through tubes and be stealthy, so I feel like if I was bigger, it would kind of ruin that. But I do like the idea of trying to build a Titan version just to see what it would look like.
So it actually took me 14 years to form the final version of me, and that's assuming I am the final version. And regarding a Titan version, the first draft of me actually was a Titan version. He was red and quite large, with a Nuvok head plate over his cranium, a movable jaw, and dark green Borak eyes. A depiction of him will be shown up here. We have shared design features including our Borak eyes, emphasis on gears and beams, and an emphasis on movable parts. My original version had a head in an unfortunate spot, so we removed it. The idea at the time was that I could talk to myself in times of trouble.
I have several questions. What got you into Bionicle? What's your least favorite video you've made? Are there any other interests besides Bionicle?
I always liked robots and Legos as a kid, so you put the two together and you got the best thing ever. I also had other bricks too, but Bionicle was easily my favorite theme. My other favorites are Power Miners, Aqua Raiders, Mars Mission, Exoforce, and Hero Factory.
My aunt gave me Nuvok for my 7th birthday, and I found it easy and fun to build. My parents got me Boxor, the Nui Jaga, and later Tahu and Liwa Nuva, and building them was so exciting and fun.
My favorite video has to be my most recent one, Bionicle Drop Pod Moving to Pacify. Not because it's my most recent video, but I feel like it's a good showcase of my current stop motion skills, and I think I did a pretty good job. Because in this one specifically, I tried to emphasize smear frames, and I feel like it makes everything look so much snappier and a lot better. My least favorite video has to be Dr. Pepper Gang. Not because the video was bad or probably stop motioned in any specific way, but just because the punchline of the video made no sense. I claimed that I was gonna get shot if the guy that I was talking to didn't drink the Dr. Pepper. So why did I kill the guy with a bottle? It makes absolutely no sense looking back, and I'm sorry RudyCraft, but I still don't know what the punchline is.
My absolute favorite videos are the one that introduced Crazy Bird and the first Halloween episode.
Many. I do 3D printing and 3D modeling. While I was writing the script for this video, I actually got a new 3D printer. It's really good and makes very accurate prints, but the sounds do scare me sometimes. I don't do a crazy amount of 3D modeling, but I could do it if I need to. I also do HEMA every once in a while. I haven't actually had time to do it recently because more important things have gotten in the way. I still have my sword and all my other equipment. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to get back to it. I've also been reading more books. I finished Neomancer, and my current book is Hardwired by Walter John Williams.
I like to play piano, run quantum chemistry simulations, enjoy mathematics, physics, and chemistry. When I have time, I also like playing and making board games, as well as LARPing and playing Flying Sword Fight. Flying Sword Fight is a game that I started with my dad when I was about 7 or 8, probably. We used Lego swords from Legoland, and we would throw them at each other, and if you caught the sword, you would be okay and safe, but if it bounced off of you, even if it hit the ground first and then bounced off of you, it counts as a hit. So it's similar to dodgeball.
Do you believe in gravity?
That's a good question. By gravity, do you mean gravity is a force or gravity is an effect? In Newtonian mechanics, gravity is a force, but in general relativity, gravity is due to the curvature of space-time, so it's a fictitious force.
Okay. Anyways.
Have you ever touched a mega block? Isn't bionicle out of style?
I have touched a Mega Block. I think only 2 of them. I don't remember when exactly, but I got a Spider-Man set that came with a pre-built building. It was pretty cool, and I liked to mess with the retractable string thing that it came with. It made gear retracting sounds, like when you would pull on it, and because it had like the little when it like pull back into it. So I thought that was really cool. The other side I got, I think, was a tank, but that's all I can remember. Another thing we got was those weird mech things that were kind of like Bionicle, but they could transform into like balls, and they have like small robots and the big ones. I remember thinking those ones were pretty cool too, but whenever I tried to play with them, they would just break apart super easily, so we just never got them again. I wouldn't say it's out of style, but it's definitely old now. Because, you know, the younger kids, they had the second generation of Bionicle, which was nowhere in depth of building or story of the first one, so they just don't remember it like we do, because we had just the objectively better one. But every now and then, I do hear people talk about the original Tahoe mask, or at least recognize it when they see it out in public. It's for sure nowhere as popular as it used to be, but it definitely still holds a special place in a lot of people's memories.
I have but one question. What was your motivation for joining a community of never-grew-up children who animate their creations using a decades-old toy series no longer supported by the original company?
When I was growing up as a child, I couldn't get all the Lego sets I wanted, but now that I'm a big, strong man, I could buy whatever I want with my money. I don't buy them for the amount of pieces or because I feel like I need more. I buy them to take the memories from them and make them my own. It's not the feeling of greed for why I buy them, it's the feeling of control. But to answer your question, I like making stop-motion films, and Bionicles have a good range of articulation, and they're pretty easy to work with.
You like Mudkip?
Slowpoke gang, rise up.
Hey Sovek, why did you extract without me on dam? I got jumped by 15 hornets immediately after you left.
Hey, don't you yell at me! I have 3 lemons up my ass, and you were being attacked by 15 hornets. I had to get out of there using the big underground elevator thing, so I gotta break my cock. Bonus round.
Favorite Bionicle piece?
53585. Technic ball joint with through axle hole. Super versatile, and almost any advanced build has at least one of these in there. They're easily my favorite piece to use. I'm actually using 6 of them throughout my entire body right now. I think technically it's a Technic piece, but I'm still counting it.
Favorite drink?
Dr. Pepper, no contest. I actually have a small collection in my closet in case the apocalypse happens. So when I see the bombs drop, I actually get to choose my last beverage before I turn into a skeleton.
Favorite game?
At the moment, I'm playing through the Yakuza series. Currently playing through Yakuza 5. Bloody Binding, Payback Ring, Fists Only on hard mode. As God intended. Thank you to everyone who contributed to this video's questions. This year, I have more community events planned, including a building contest, so stay tuned for that. For those of you who stayed until the very end, here's a short YouTube poop I decided to make at the very last minute.
Before getting into position, oh, were you the one that was supposed to get away?
Salt 3.
So at that point, he's already...
Boy, sandwich.
Is that really my fault, RC?
I can almost...
Fuck you!